Welcome into the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl Watchlist show. My name is Lorenz Lineweber. I'm here with my two co-hosts for today's show. I'm here with Dane Vandernet, director of the NFLPA Bowl, and then Von Hutchins, Southeast scout of the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. We got two exciting interviews today. We got Tyreek Maddox-Williams, speedster linebacker out of Rutgers, and then we're talking to West Florida DB, the Anthony Bell. Really fired up for those two interviews. But first of all, gentlemen, how are you guys doing? Going to start with Vaughn. How are you today, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just dropped the kids off at school, getting ready for some football. Can't wait to get down to Pasadena.
And Dane, how's it going for you today?
Going well, Lorenz. Just excited as always to get on here and talk some NFLPA Bowl and echo Vaughn's comments, man, about the excitement for a week and a half from now.
Man, I am fired up too. You're right, about a week and a half until I'm scheduled to fly out there, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. But without any further ado, for our viewers and listeners, let's welcome Tyreek Maddox-Williams on here, linebacker out of Rutgers. Tyreek, how you doing today? Thanks so much for being with us.
Nice meeting you. I'm good. Just got back from a workout. Excited to be on this call with y'all.
There you go, calling in, already getting some work in the mornings. We love to see it. Love to see the hustle. Love to see the grind. Let me start off with you. What was the feeling like, or how and when did you receive your NFLPA Bowl invite, and what kind of feeling was that for you?
I got the invite, I think, a couple days ago, and I was really excited. One, I was like moving forward in the fact of getting ready for the pro day, getting ready for training. I know God always works in mysterious ways that whatever the plan is already set. So it coming, I already knew that probably was a part of the plan. So I was really happy it happened. So it caught me off guard. I thought it was late, and I was like, damn, thank God. I was happy it happened.
Hey, we love it. Those surprises are the best, right? Dane, I'll kick it over to you. What do you got for Tyreek?
Yeah, hey, Tyreek, what's going on, man? Appreciate you jumping on with us, man, getting that early workout in. How much you weighing these days?
Me, I'm at 235 right now. I'll probably be down, but that's where I'm at starting.
What'd you play this last season at?
I was at Mike. I was at 235. I stayed at the same weight.
You're 235? Okay.
Yeah,
because I think we had you a little lighter in the spring, right?
Yeah, I was lighter then, and then I moved to the Mike position, so I gained a little weight, and I fluctuated from 232 to 235.
Talk to us about that transition a little bit. I think you played multiple roles on that Rucker, linebacking core. You think you started as Sam early in your career. You kind of played a little bit of what I would consider more of a Will at other points. Now you're playing Mike this year. Talk to us about the different positions and kind of what you had to go through learning to get to Mike. Now you're making calls. Now you're setting fronts. You got to communicate with your teammates. Talk to us about that progression for you.
Okay. Early on, I was at Sam. So at Sam, you're more in space. You're doing a lot of covering. You're really kind of like setting the edge in the sense of you're outside coming in, making plays that way. You're in space is a different type of feel. As far as the transition to coming into Mike, I was excited for that because I feel like I could be more involved. I feel as though, like, as fast as I am, to be in the mix of everything and be able to go sideline to sideline, it was a great adjustment. So I think I went into the spring and I did spring ball so that I could learn it and I could get ahead so that when training camp came, I could compete and I would have like a jump on some of the other guys. So we went in the spring and I got a good feel for it. Like you said, step into the role to, make the calls, be in charge. And you know what I mean, it's a different spot because now you inside out. So spring really got me going. Training camp really put the icing on the cake and I got real comfortable coming that way. And then going into the season, I was able to be in a position to play the Mike position. And I love it more to say, I'm gonna be honest, but I could do it all, but that was great.
Hey, kicking it over to you, Vaughn. What do you got for Tyreek?
Man, Tyreek, tell us a little bit about, you said you're in charge at that point. Tell us a little bit about the leadership qualities that it takes in order to run a defense.
Okay. The leadership qualities that happens is that as you the Mike, you got more responsibilities than maybe other people. Like it may be other people's jobs to get the call from you and they'll just get lined up and they'll do their job. But you got to be ready to get the call, know where you're going to line up, know that everybody else is in the right position, and then be able to react and do the things right. So it's a little bit more responsibility because everybody's dependent on you to even get the play started. So that's a different adjustment. Like when I was at Sam, I was dependent on him or whoever was the Mike at that point to get me started on what we were doing. And now jumping into that role, you got to be confident and like you got to be calm in a sense. Like you can't get overwhelmed. You got to be calm and understand that you getting everybody's trusting you. So I think that's the biggest point. You got to be a leader in that aspect because other people is dependent on you.
Tell us a little bit about the
Tyreek,
adjustment that you needed to make in order to make that change, because that's a big change. You know, some people can't accept or can't take the added responsibilities of being able to communicate to everyone as opposed to one or two people. What did you have to do differently this year as opposed to your previous years in order to be as good as you were within this defense?
I had to be vocal. It was something about being vocal that I'm not just out there to do my job. It wasn't all just about me anymore. I'm not a selfish person, but when I'm out there at Sam, it's more like, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do as far as me making plays or me doing my one little specific job. Now I had to be vocal because other people got to hear my voice. Other people I gotta, lead other people to do their part. So I had to practice that. It started with practice in the spring. I was able to really practice being vocal, talking to people, being able to get other people calm and know to do their job. So I think the vocal part of it made me more comfortable. And once I got that down, it was easier for me to be able to relay the different things I needed to relay. But I wasn't always a vocal person. Like I was always a leader, but it was led by example. To have to make that change in leadership to be vocal, that was the adjustment for me.
Hey, Tyreek, you know what? Obviously, we know you as an explosive player, and I think that jumps out on tape, right? I mean, we get to see you flying around, man. When you collision guys, they're going backwards. But talk to us about what you want to accomplish out in an all-star game setting. When you come out to the NFLPA Bowl, what do you want NFL teams, what impression do you want to leave them with once they get done, they see you, they interview you, they watch you run around on the field, and then they go back to their teams to discuss? What do you want them to be saying about you?
One thing for me, I want to, just the opportunity to go against different players, just people that they look at as higher players, get that type of exposure. I feel as though with me, with other people, there's always a question mark. Can he do this? He's fast. Is he physical all the time? Block shedding. So those little things, I want to clear up those questions. That's like my biggest thing. Let me clear up the different question marks that may be out there at a high level of their high character players.
And Tyreek, let's talk about that speed real quick because I've heard you might run sub 4.5. What can you give us a little bit of insight there? What are you expecting to run at your pro day?
I'm expecting to run sub 4.5 or lower. So I know that's the start. That's the starting point. But all I got to do is put in the work. I mean, just being fast is good, but it's technique that go into it, and this training is a different point for that. Like I've ran track, so I understand that even running track, I know I'm not there with technique. And once I get that aspect, I could run something really good. But I just got to put in the work. So I can't even give you the numbers until I'm putting in that work, and we'll see then.
Hey, that's exciting. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Where are you training right now?
Right now I'm in South Jersey. I train at Rush Fitness with a trainer, Jai Peterson, and a couple other group of people. It's real personal. So I do that down here, like South Jersey area in Williamstown, and it's real personalized.
All right, and Tyreek, you made the academic All Big Ten team, I think, every single year that you were at Rutgers. How important were academics for you?
Academics was important because the leader ahead of us, all the coaches, like if it was Coach Shiano or Coach Az, they presented it that way. I got my family member, my aunt is really adamant in that football is not going to be forever. So she always was on me, even when I didn't want to hear it. Like going into college, I'm like, when you realize like I don't got to take the hard classes, I don't got to take a math, you get lax. And she was always on me like, no, keep pushing, make sure you're still doing well. And I started off my early years with a high GPA, and I was able to maintain it because after you get in, and if you was able to do well your first couple of years, you understand how it's supposed to be done. So just the being pushed by the head coach, like it started there because I feel as though if the coach didn't care, it would be easier for the players to get lax. But they always was on us, and I had my aunt, my uncle, they always pushed me. So it became easier once I did it early on. It was like the standard.
Vaughn, do you have something else for Tyreek?
Tyreek, man, you mentioned your uncle, you mentioned your aunt, you mentioned academics, you mentioned coach, as far as people that have pushed you to be better. Tell us some of the things that have been more inspirational for you, or some of the people that have been influential throughout your life in order to push you to be the linebacker, to be the player that you are today?
Okay, I want to start off with my uncle. My uncle's named Herschel Williams. He's probably the main person. One taking me in around like 11. I ended up moving with him, and he got me started with football because he saw something in me that I didn't think about. Like I lived in Philadelphia, I wasn't thinking about football, and once I moved with him, he saw that I possibly could do those things. We used to play like manhunt, and he's like, "Yo, you fast? Like you could move, you could juke." So he got me started with football, and I didn't think about nothing next level. I didn't get to the high school level in my mind. I didn't think about college until he started putting those things in my mind. Like we moved to Jersey, and I went to Timber Creek. And once I get there, I see people get scholarships. I'm like, I never thought about scholarships or anything about college. I understand that I might want to go, but I'm like, I don't know how that's going to go. Then I get there. I didn't play my freshman year. And now I got another person that's influential is my coach Henson. He's like, yo, come play for the football team. I didn't do my freshman year. I go my sophomore year. Now I'm good enough that I'm in a conversation that I might be getting scholarships. Something else I didn't think about. Moving forward back to my uncle, he always sees something in me that I don't see myself right away. So he always pushed for not just to be perfect, but always more. He always pushed me to do better. He's like my devil's advocate. I call him after the game. He ain't calling me to tell me the positives. It's about what I could have did better. And I always look for that. Every time at the game, I'm calling him. And I know it's going to be brutally honest. The next person I would say is Coach Shiano. Coach Shiano was great because he showed me another level in the sense of being a pro before you got there. Like we played football when we were in college and we think that all those other guys in the NFL and they're the pros. He told us that we're going to do work as if we're in the NFL, as if we're the pros now, so that when we get to that level, it's easy. So he showed me another level and what that meant becoming a student. He had set me down and saying that I have all the ability, the talent, but I need to become a student of the game. And he explained that to me. And I think that's where I've been progressing once I understood what being a student in the game and breaking down film and all the extra work, getting the edge on other people. He brought that attention to me, and that was a different level. I didn't have that before.
But obviously you made an impression as they move you inside to, the quarterback of the defense, being the Mike backer this season. But, Tyreek, just real quick, man, you came in as a true freshman. You were starting linebacker. You suffered an injury as a sophomore. You came back. You fought through that. You were starting again. Coaching change, right? I mean, all sorts of adversity you fought through college, man. Just talk real quick about what you mentally had to prepare for and what you fought through in order to overcome this adversity you faced.
Yeah, it was a lot of ups and downs. I mean, going into college, I was a late bloomer in the sense of even getting to Rutgers. And I know Coach Ash came late, and he was looking at me like, you don't have these type of offers. Like people, because I guess he saw a different talent in me that maybe other people didn't. I was always questioning on if I was athletic, which is hilarious. So once he brought me in, I'm not like I'm like fifth string at that point, and I'm in training camp, not even looking. I'm like on a scout team running back, like have no, you know what I mean. So then the season coming, then I end up getting an opportunity. It just happened so fast. It was like against Ohio State my freshman year, and I go out. I'll tell you, I'm just wherever the ball is at, I'm at. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm getting to the ball every play. Now from there, like I said, people see more in you than not like you look down on yourself, but they know because they've been around this situation that moving forward now the expectation is different. So going into my sophomore year, getting injured, that was a different experience. I always was in high school and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to break a bone. I don't want to get hurt. So having to overcome that mentally, like you was broken down, but I think you get stronger of people that get injured and go through those healing process because you go all the way back down to nothing and you become stronger at the end. So that was a different up and down. And, just being on a college team, any football team, you don't always win. You don't always, everything don't go completely well. So those hiccups happen. And like I said, as you grow, you become more mentally, and you're never going to quit. You're never going to give up. I'm not going to go nowhere else. So you keep working and then things end up working out. And I believe God's plan is already set. So however it went is how it's supposed to. And now we're here and we just keep pushing. So it's fine. I don't ever worry about anything that happened, any injury that went, or me not starting in the past or me becoming the starter. Those things was all part of the plan.
Hey, Tyreek, I think I speak for the three of us if I say we're really appreciating your insight here, and this has been awesome. Do you have any parting shots before we let you go here?
No, I just thank y'all for the opportunity. Thank y'all for talking to me, and I look forward to the NFLPA. And I thank y'all for the opportunity again.
Hey, man, we're looking forward to seeing you out there compete, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And, can't wait. About a week and a half away. And I'm as fired up, I think, as Vaughn and Dane are to watch you out there in Pasadena.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Tyreek.
Right, that was Rutgers linebacker Tariq Maddox-Williams. A really impressive, really insightful, I thought, on his football journey so far throughout high school. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep this train rolling because we got West Florida defensive back DeAnthony Bell lined up next. Let's bring him on here. DeAnthony, where are you calling in from? How you doing today?
I'm calling in from Fort Lauderdale right now, right outside of XPE Sports, where I'll be training.
There you go. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hey, Vaughn, what do you have for DeAnthony?
Man, DeAnthony, tell us a little bit about your journey. You went to multiple JUCOs prior to getting to West Florida. Tell us a little bit about what your progression was throughout college once you left high school and then get to West Florida.
Okay, well, leaving high school at first, in my town, college wasn't a big thing for anybody. So as far as football, I was like, man, I ain't gonna go to school and play college football. It is what it is. But then I ended up getting the opportunity to go to Albany State and play, which I went to. And then when I got there, I was promised a scholarship, and that didn't happen. So I just ended up leaving there, and then I went to Iowa Central in 2016 because I knew a guy that played there, that played with me previously there. So when I got there, it was good. I played all those games. I had a good season. Got first team all conference there, and then it ended up, I had some family stuff going on back home, which I was like, dang, being in Kansas and you from Georgia, 16 hours away. As a young player, it was like, dang, I got to go home. I can't do it, So I ended up going home in 2016, 2017. I was just helping my family out, working and trying to get money to help my family. Then I ended up getting a call in 2018 from Coach Abbott at Butler Community College. Still talk to him to this day, love them to death. So I went there in 2018, and I also brought my cousin, Jordan Smith, who plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, and Tay Gowan, who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles right now. So we all end up going there, and that was probably the turning point of my life where I found out it was like, dang, I can do something with football, and I kind of really locked in and focused in. I love the coaching staff there. They treat you, they treat you like you need to go to school, you need to get good grades. So that was kind of like the turning point where I learned that school was real important, and if I really wanted to do this, I had to take care of school first. So.
Hey, Dave,
No, they definitely do. And, appreciate you jumping on here, man, with us. And obviously, we're excited to get you on out Pasadena. You're talking about going from Albany State to, Iowa Central to Butler, then obviously down to West Florida. Definitely. When you come out to Pasadena, obviously, you're going to be going against guys that have been in Power 5 schools, for their whole college career. Talk about what you think, you need to prepare for the most. Talk about what you want to really prove when you get on out to Pasadena and part of the NFLPA Bowl.
Well, I don't know if I think as far as improvement, I need to work on just pad level stuff as a DB. But as far as facing guys that have been in Power 5, I think it's the same thing. They strap their pads on like I strap mine on. We all get ready the same, and coming from a JUCO, you get guys that come from Power 5 that come JUCO. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, they definitely the same as me, And I had those chances to go to Power 5 school, but as far as like grades and stuff, that's what steered me to go to West Florida. And, I got there and I was like, hey, it's D2, this and that. But that conference is, we got real ballers and real players that could have played in Power 5. So I feel like I've been playing Power 5 players my whole career at West Florida. So I don't think it'd be too much different. I think just the speed of the game, just trying to slow the game down in my mind will be the main big part that I have to take care of.
And DeAnthony, what kind of a role do you see yourself filling in the NFL?
As far as me, I feel like, I can do a lot of different things. I can be in a lot of different positions. I can be in the box. I can tackle. I can be high. I can cover a lot of ground. I get to the ball, and I feel like I do a lot of things well that a lot of teams can use. So I'm hoping I get that chance to show a team that I can do that.
Hey, talk to us a little bit, D, about, 2019, obviously, right when you get to West Florida, you transfer on in, you become day one starter. Talk to us about earning kind of that spot at West Florida. what you had to do as a leader and as a football player. And then also talk to us about being a national champion, man. Like, what did that team have that kind of made it special and a national champion in your mind?
I think for me, when I came in to be a starter to really earn it, I was like, hey, let me just go out here and prove. There's a lot of people that come and just talk and talk and talk. I'm not a person that likes to come and talk. It's like, let me show what I can do, and then I can speak on what everybody else needs to do better or what I need to do better as well. So when I got there, just straight grinding from the get-go, just showing those guys that I'm here for y'all here for me, and, we're all here for each other. So just coming there and then getting into the 2019 season, that's what we went by. We like, hey, one game at a time. And, just as a team, we did everything as a team. So we called our 2019 playoff run the Trap Tour because, we was away every game in 2019. So we just thought we made fun of it, made fun out of it, and just, had fun with the journey. And those guys just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. And as a team, when we were down, nobody looked at anybody else and put the blame on anybody else. Everybody was just like, hey, let's get it together. Let's do this. Let's do that. So throughout that season, we all just depended on each other and knew that we could come back and win. And we just felt like nobody could beat us, So it was like, it's how we play, not who we play. So we never worried about really who we play. We just worried about how we play. So that was a good thing.
Hey, DA, real quick, man. That puka shell necklace looked like it stretched a little bit, man. You got some neck going there. You got your trap showing up there. Hey, what are you going to weigh in when we get you on out to Pasadena?
Well, I'm planning on weighing in from like 215 to 212. I'm at like 214 right now. I just weighed in yesterday here, so probably around like 214, 215.
What'd you play at this last season?
I played at 212, so I played at 212, and then I've been kind of getting my eating schedule to here at XPE. They got like a program where they get you food. You get three meals a day, 2 workouts per day, Monday through Saturday. So it's a good program here.
Hey, Vaughn, I kick it over to you. What else do you got for DeAnthony?
Yeah, man. Sorry about that, man. DeAnthony, tell us a little bit about your strengths and your weaknesses and some of the things that you want to prove once you do get down to Pasadena with us.
My strengths would probably be getting to the ball for sure. I feel like as a player, I'm always around the ball. I get to the ball. I tackle well, and I lead by example as well too. So I hold everybody accountable. If you're on the field with me, I feel like I'm gonna hold you accountable because I want everybody to play good. And I love to see others make plays. I feel like other people making plays make me more excited than me making my own plays. So that's why I always try to be hard on everybody that's on the field with me. As far as like things that are weakness, were meal plans, stuff that I didn't really have at West Florida. So meal plans, and those type of things. But those are things that I feel like I'm working on now at XPE. So I'm having better meal plans. I'm getting better sleep, which I didn't when I was at West Florida. So I think I'm already preparing for those things to do so I can already be prepared for the NFLPA. I can't get there and then try to eventually just change and do better. So I'm already doing those things right now. So I'm prepared when I get there.
We're going to have some meals for you out there, man. I promise you that. You're going to be blown away with the experience and really the resources the NFLPA puts into its players, man. So don't worry about that meal plan for the week you're out in LA, man. We're going to get you all taken care of. We're going to bulk that neck and those shoulders up even more, man.
I appreciate that. I'm blessed to be here.
Might have to get you a new chain or get it made a little bit longer or something like that. But DeAnthony, what was it like for you to receive an NFLPA Collegiate Bowl invite?
It was big, and probably one of the biggest moments in my life. And then, me just going on the journey that I did, I felt like this journey was made for me because I was the first player to ever get a bowl invite from West Florida. So me going through this journey is like I'm the first player to get a lot of things from West Florida because West Florida is fairly a new program. So for me to get that, it was like, man, God just, he know that I'm working and, and I'm following his footsteps. So I just feel like this was a journey made for me because God ain't going to take you through nothing that you can't get through. So he put me through these things and show other people and other players where I'm from that's younger, like, hey, it don't matter the journey. If you keep on grinding and keep on doing what you need to do, the outcome can still be the same, So it was just a blessing. And I thank y'all.
Well, that adversity will continue to show up no matter where you are, whether it's high school, JUCO, college. once you get to the league and there's some type of adversity that hits you, what are you gonna go back towards from an interior standpoint, from a self-evaluation that's gonna help push you forward and be successful at the pro level?
I think really just learning from the people around me, because being in the league, you're around a lot of guys that's going to have a lot of experience there. So they probably went through that same adversity. So I would try to have those conversations with those players and those guys to see what did you do to overturn, to get to the next step, to get to the starter, to get to this point. So I would like to have the conversation with those guys to see what can I do, and also on my end, just keep on putting in work, keep on grinding, putting in overtime. If 10-year guys are watching 40 minutes of film a week, I need to watch 50. Even if I'm not playing, no matter, I need to watch more than them. I just need to see what they see and be on the same journey as them, because they've been here. So they know how to work the system. They know how to fit into the system. And I just want to be in the position that they're in eventually. So just, picking those guys' brains from the start and just trying to get better every day.
Hey, DeAnthony, thank you so much for giving us some insight, not just on you as a football player, but also as a person. I thought that was awesome. Do you have any parting shots, any final words for the audience, for people listening out there, that you want them to know about you or West Florida or anything else?
I just want everybody to know that West Florida is a great program, and I'm happy, blessed for the opportunity there. And I'm also blessed to have this conversation with you guys. And I wish the best on everybody. Wish the best on me as well, and I thank y'all so much.
Hey, we really appreciate that. We're wishing the best for you as well, and we're really fired up to see you compete here in a week and a half out there in Pasadena, Rose Bowl Stadium. Fired up about it, and can't wait. That time can't come soon enough.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you, D.
Appreciate it.
Right, that was the end,
guys.
I was just gonna say, man, these interviews are getting more and more impressive every time we do them. That was again awesome. The Anthony Bell certainly good for some of the audience. Hey, this is a player that you got to know about if you're a draft fan, football fan. I know we got a lot of draft audience here as well. The Anthony Bell, he's got size, he's got athleticism. Just because he played at a smaller school at West Florida, he's a good football player.
Absolutely, and that's really what I'm excited about, to be completely honest. We got a safety group that's going to be a bunch of big guys, and he adds to it. So we have guys that are going to be 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", 210, 215 pounds, and he's just going to add to it, and it adds value to a football team. Dane can attest to it. We're not just talking about defensively. Special teams coordinators look for and value guys that have size, guys that can run, guys that aren't afraid to strike. And these players, from Tyreek to DeAnthony, man, they have those attributes. And a bunch of the safeties have those attributes too that we're adding to the roster, that we have added to the roster. So I'm excited to get down to Pasadena, excited to get to the Rose Bowl, excited to get to the PA Bowl and see all the guys in person, to see them compete, to see them go, head to head with tight ends, running backs, wide receivers. I can't wait.
We always liken it to a kid on Christmas, right? When you finally get to open up all your presents. Well, it's going to be us when we get out there. We've been sitting here watching guys like DeAnthony, Tyreek on tape. We've been evaluating them, talking to people about them, talking to them, talking amongst ourselves about them. But now we finally get to actually see them in person. And, you're just always impressed, when you see these guys. I mean, talking about, two guys that are explosive athletes that have size, that, to Vaughn's point, are going to be sitting here competing to be that fourth, fifth safety on a team, that fifth, sixth linebacker on a team. How are you going to carve out your role to make it? How do you stay with an NFL team and go collect that paycheck in September? It's not about getting on a roster from May to August. We need to be there from September to February, hopefully, right? So, for these guys, what Vaughn's saying about carving your role on teams, putting in the work, just like DeAnthony's saying, man, getting there, leaning on the veterans that have been through the ropes, not showing up thinking you know everything, not thinking you already made it and that, hey, things are just going to happen. I think these two guys today we spoke to, both humble, both showed up. They weren't expecting it. They didn't think that they were entitled to a college football career, and they put in the work, and now they're NFL prospects. And that's due to obviously some God-given talent, but then what they've done with that talent to this point as well.
Hey, couldn't have said it better, Dane. And thank you so much, Vaughn, you as well. Thank you guys so much for co-hosting this show with me. As we're talking about, really excited, really fired up about the NFLPA Bowl here in a week and a half. I think we got one more of these shows, and then we're going to be out there, which is kind of crazy to think about. We appreciate everybody in the chat room. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back with you here at the NFL Draft Ball with another live show on Saturday, tailgate show. Go check that out, and then we'll go check out the written content on si.com/draft. Dane, Vaughn, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back for you guys soon.